Hey everyone, it's Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Today I got this colorful eyeshadow look from the Summer in Saint-Tropez palette by BH Cosmetics. It is a beautiful, colorful palette, and since it's getting warmer, I really wanted to play with some color and get in a summery mood. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this eyeshadow look, then keep watching. Okay, so I'm really excited to get into this palette. This is the Summer in Saint-Tropez palette, and it is a BH Cosmetics palette. It is kind of giving me vibes of the Italian Spritz palette by Too Faced. It has some of those warmy, orangey, bright, summery colors, but then it also has some of the more ultraviolet purple pops, which I think is really interesting. There's a quadrant of shimmers here that look really pretty. Some of these look like even duochromes almost, so I'm really interested in that. And then we have a lot of bold, bright mattes, some lighter ones, but then also a good amount of depth. So I'm just thinking about what I want to go into. I think I'm gonna first start out with some primer. I'm gonna go in with my Mega Last Incognito concealer by Wet n Wild, and I'm just going to apply some, well, first I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, so I'm going to apply some of this to the lids, and I will blend that out. I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. I find that the easiest and fastest. I don't need a lot, I just need enough to kind of put down a base, neutralize any discoloration on the lids, and then we can go in with our colors. And I do advise setting this as well with some kind of loose powder. Okay, so I just went to go grab my Coty Airspun, with which I shall set my under eye, or sorry, not under eye, my eyeshadow primer. So I'm just gonna go do that right now. I didn't put a ton. I don't want it to be super dry on the lids. I just want enough to set the, I have a cat hair, to set the primer so that, you know, things don't go down blotchy on the primer. So I'm going to go into this fun little color right here called Crepe. It is like a melon color, I would say. It's not quite orange, but it's like more, it's between orange, it's a yellowy orange. I was gonna say it's between orange and yellow, which would mean it's a yellowy orange. So we're gonna put that in the, as the transition shade, okay? Okay, it's quite powdery, which I actually don't mind because I feel like that makes mattes a little easier to blend. But it is going on smoothly and really nicely. It's not super, super pigmented, but that's okay. We don't need it to be super, super pigmented. We just need it to show up, you know? And also not be splotchy. So I actually find sometimes with mattes when it's super, I don't know if you can hear my cat, but she is scratching at the door, my fiance's door, because he's playing video games and she doesn't like it when he gets too much screen time. So she wants to get in there and make sure that he pets her a little bit every now and then. Okay, so what was I saying? I like when mattes are not actually so pigmented right off the bat. I'm just gonna get a little bit more in frame. Because I do feel like when they are, it can be extremely hard to blend them, okay? So that's not my preference. I know some people like to put down a matte that is really, really pigmented and then blend it out with a lighter matte. I do sometimes like to do that, but I kind of prefer to build up a matte instead of blend away a matte, if that makes sense. So I think that is looking really good. It is like a really nice orangey, yellowy color. And I think that built up really well. So I'm gonna go ahead then and I'm going to pick my next color, which I think will be the, which color should I do? I think okay, but first of all, I don't know if you can see how much that actually dug, okay, you can't see it all. But that really, even just, you know, the few little brush dips that I did, it really did make a divot into the shadow. So it's a very soft shadow that gets, you know, a lot of kick up and I mean, I think blends well, but that is a something to think about if you are not a fan of that kind of shadow. So I'm going to go ahead next and I'm going to get a smaller brush so I can place this with a little more precision. And I'm going to get this shade called Nightlife. It is kind of a purpley, like a reddish purple. It's like a really warm purple. And I'm going to place that on the outer corner. So very much like lower than the, ooh, that is a pigmented, ooh, that's pretty though, that's a pretty color. But much lower than the orange, and I'm going to pack that on. It does look like there will be fallout if I don't tap off my brush, so I'm going to do that a little more. This is a really pretty color. I like this a lot. This is a very, it's coming, it looks darker in the pan. It's coming off a little lighter, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and keep building that up. And I'm going to bring that into the center of the lid as well. Same thing on the other side. Gonna bring that into the center of the lid. I would like to pull it out a little bit more and kind of make it a little bit more of like a V or like a pointed draw. So I think I'm gonna have to blend that a little better, but that's the idea. I'm trying to kind of wing it out, but with a fluffy brush, so that's why it's not really working that well. So that wasn't as deep as I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I'm going to actually just drag that all over the lid now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go get my NYX glitter glue and I'm gonna put that on. Okay, we got our NYX glitter primer. I'm going to get a small amount of that, put it on the back of my hand, and then dab that on the center of the lid so that whatever shimmer we put there sticks to that even more than it would. It kind of gives the best chance for any shimmer to perform. So that is what I will be doing. And let's see, the shimmer I'm going to do, I said that Super Yacht shade, right? That's what that looks like. Ooh, that is pretty. Oh, that is really pretty. That actually does remind me of that like ultraviolet-y color in the Italian Spritz palette. That's really pretty. I think I'm gonna try this, I don't know, the Marina shade. I don't know how light that is. This is the Marina shade. I'm gonna see if that would work as in, oh yeah, that's definitely lighter. That will definitely work. Also with my fingers, I just feel like that's the best chance, again, for a shimmer to perform. And that looks really pretty. You know, I kind of wish there was a little bit of a deepening shade here. Again, this is the color that I used for the outer corner was that, which is like kind of one of the deepest shades here, but it doesn't show up as that deep. So I'm gonna try to go in with this shade, Cabana. It's kind of more of like the cool tone version of that, which is like a very warm cranberry purple, and this is more of a cool tone purple. Is that doing anything? Not really. Actually, that's giving it a little bit more depth, which I don't hate. So let's keep doing that until we get up to where we want. Remember when I said that I prefer shadows that you can build up? Like, I do want it to show up at some point, you know? Like, I don't want the entire thing to be like, I don't really want to spend like an hour building up a shadow. You know, there does need to be something there for me. And so far this is proving not that pigmented and also kind of hard to build up because it's not building up. But we're gonna try again. I'm gonna give it another chance. Okay, I think that actually looks like a pretty good blend. Okay, I'm actually kind of happy with this. I'm going to put on some liner and lashes and I will be back for the final look. Okay, so I'm back. I just added some Wet n Wild liquid liner and some Maybelline Sky High mascara, and I have to say I am really liking how this look turned out actually. I kind of went a little editorial and made the winged out part a little bit more like dramatic, which I think looks cool, but you could obviously blend that out to soften it up a little bit more if you wanted it to be more wearable. But I like how it looks. It's giving kind of sunsetty vibes. I also went back in, I'll tell you what I did. I went back in with that Nightlife, that cranberry shade a little bit to make that purple, a little bit more of the warmer purple pop out instead of that cooler tone purple, because I feel like the cooler tone purple made the look a little bit muddy when it mixed with that melon color. So I wanted to get rid of that muddiness, so I added some more of that. Okay, what is happening? My cat is doing something weird. So I added some more of that cranberry-ish purple, and I think that works a lot better. I also added some more of that melon shade just to bring that back out in the transition areas, and I really like it. Okay, overall thoughts about this palette. This was the first time I was using it, so there's still more to be done with it, definitely. I haven't touched a lot of these shimmers, which I think will be really pretty. I think the shimmers are probably some more of the strengths when it comes to this palette, at least with the mattes that I tried. The two purpley colors, the cool tone and the warm tone purple, and then the melon color here, they blended out easily, but if you like over blended, they kind of became nothing, which I don't love. When I said I like when you can build up a color, I obviously want that color, in order for a color to build up, it starts out kind of light, not super pigmented, but then it sticks and then keep building and building and the color becomes richer. And that didn't necessarily happen with these, and I don't love that. That being said, if you are looking for more of a light wash of color and you don't want to go too rich and too deep with your colorful looks because you don't think that's as wearable, this could be a really good option for you. I have been more into the richer, deeper tones, and that wasn't really in this palette. Although, again, now that we are going into summer, the richer, deeper tones, you know, maybe not as popular. So it's kind of just what you're looking for. I think it does make a really fun summer palette, and there's a lot that can be done with it. My cat's about to walk in front of the camera. Okay, Zelda, honey, okay, baby, this is not the time. Can you go over there, please? Thank you. So yeah, I was saying I do think it could be a really fun summer palette, and if you're the kind of person who doesn't want super, super bright, vibrant, like one touch to your eyelid, extreme pigment color, then this could be good for you. I'm kind of thinking of, you know, the Glam Light formula, for example. That's extremely pigmented, so you don't have to pick up much on your brush at all for it to just be like total opaque full color on your eyes immediately, which again has its downsides but also its upsides. So it's kind of just what you're looking for. I do think, to me, it seems like the shimmers, this shimmer that I tried, this Coastline, or no, it's called Super Yacht, is a beautiful, beautiful color. And then the Marina shade was a really nice brightening color for the inner corner as well. So, I mean, I think these shimmers are going to be beautiful. I can't wait to play with them more. But, you know, just some thoughts to think about if you are looking to pick up this palette. Again, it was only $4.50 at TJ Maxx, so not a huge investment either way. But if you're looking for some fun colors, it could be fun to pick up. I did also just want to go over what I'm wearing on my face. So I'm wearing the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 220, and a little bit of the e.l.f. concealer, the Flawless Brightening Concealer in the shade Medium 32N. And then on my, for my face products, I'm wearing the, oh my god, this is so dirty, ew. I'm wearing the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette, and I kind of go into all three of these shades. If I'm really deep, I go into this one, but mostly it's, honestly, this is my perfect shade right here for a bronzer. But if I mix these two, it kind of makes this, so, you know. I love this palette. I really like matte face products. I can't do shimmer on my face. I just haven't been able to do it recently. I feel like it just accentuates texture and doesn't look good. And then I also have the ColourPop blush in the shade Vogue, which is just kind of a, I don't know, it's like a pinky, mauvey, nude. It's all three of those, but it works really well with a lot of looks, so I really like that. And then on my lips, I'm wearing the Shockwave LA Girl lip liner in the shade Maple Glaze, and then the Stay Glossy Rimmel lip gloss, and I don't know what shade this is. I know it's not Blushing Belgraze because that was too light for me, so it must be something else. So I thought it would also be fun if I shared with you what my fragrance of the day fragrance combo is. So with this makeup look, which is giving me sunsetty, summery vibes, I went with the Victoria's Secret Desert Sky fragrance mist, and then I combined that with the Midnight Fantasy fragrance by Britney Spears. So this is kind of a fruity, this is sugared petals and warm sandalwood, and then this is like a berry fruity scent, and together they go really well. So just thought I would share that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!